Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Sparkle English, where I teach you how to improve your level of English. My name is Jennifer. Today I have a lesson for you on the difference between advice and advise. This is a very commonly confused error in English. The words advice and advise have different pronunciations, meanings, and uses. The main difference between advice and advise is that advice is a noun. You give someone advice. And advise is a verb. It is the action of giving someone advice. So if you advise someone, you give them advice. And notice the pronunciation. Advice with a CE is pronounced with an S sound. Advice. Advise with an S is pronounced with a Z sound. Advise. Let's look at these in more detail. Advice is a noun, and it means a suggestion or recommendation about what someone should do. We offer advice or we give advice to help someone make a better decision, avoid a mistake, or solve a problem. For example, my father always gives me advice when I have a problem. Roger needs some advice on how to improve his English level. I ignored my friend's advice and ended up regretting it later. An example of a piece of advice would be, you should eat more vegetables. That is some advice, a suggestion I am giving to you. Now, advise is a verb. It means to give someone advice or to recommend something. Advise is usually followed by an object, while advice is not followed by an object. For example, I advise you to take the train. This is correct. We have the object you. I advise you. However, I advise you to take the train is incorrect. We do not use an object after advice. Here are some more examples. Can you advise me on which university to attend? The doctor advised the patient to quit smoking. Here we have the verb advise in the past simple tense. Will you advise your brother? He needs some assistance. So now we will have a 10-question quiz. You need to fill in the blanks with advice or advise. Number 1, can you give me some on how to prepare for the interview? The correct answer is advice. Can you give me some advice on how to prepare for the interview? Number 2, my teacher me to read more books to improve my Spanish vocabulary. The correct answer is advised. My teacher advised me to read more books to improve my Spanish vocabulary. Number 3, I followed his and took the alternate route to avoid the traffic jam. The correct answer is advice. I followed his advice and took the alternate route to avoid the traffic jam. Number 4, Carol and Brad need some on which restaurant to choose for their anniversary dinner. The correct answer is advice. Carol and Brad need some advice on which restaurant to choose. Number 5, her to the new employee was to arrive on time and dress appropriately. The correct answer is advice. Her advice to the new employee was to arrive on time and dress appropriately. Number 6, I would you to be cautious of the new manager. I don't have a good feeling about him. The correct answer is advise. I would advise you to be cautious of the new manager. I don't have a good feeling about him. Number 7. Will you me on what foods to eat to improve my gut health? The correct answer is advise. Will you advise me on what foods to eat to improve my gut health? Number 8. My dad gives the best. He always knows exactly what to say. The correct answer is advice. My dad gives the best advice. He always knows exactly what to say. Number 9. A teacher's job is to teach. A counselor's job is to... The correct answer is advise. We need the verb here. A teacher's job is to teach. A counselor's job is to advise. If you wanted to use the word advice, we would have to pair it with a verb. A counselor's job is to give advice or to advise. And finally, number 10. He always his clients to read the fine print before signing any contract. The correct answer is advises. He always advises his clients to read the fine print before signing any contract. Okay, so that's the end of our quiz. Let me know in the comment section how many you got correct out of 10. If you want more practice on commonly confused words in English, check out the playlist in the description below this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next lesson.